Hello, Gemini. This is your May 2025 reading. My name is Nigel, and you have found alchemy. Okay. I don't know if you listened to your spring 2025 reading, but the cards in the center here were pulled from that reading. That's why you didn't see me shuffle them. And the rest of the cards were pulled as a peripheral message based on those cards. So I'm going to go over these cards a little bit. If you want a little bit more in-depth meaning to them, then I would definitely go listen to that reading, but I'll go over them again just a little bit. You do have the reception card here, and it's Spirit telling you to receive and be open to something. This could be a message. This could be an offer. Let's just keep going here. I don't want to completely ruin this. I'm just going to get my pointer. Here it is. So you have here the King of Swords in this deck. And in this particular deck, the only association is air and fire. Usually it's Sun and Aquarius, but here it is air and fire. Actually, in one deck I have, it's pure Gemini energy. So go figure that. But like I said, air-fire combination. And just like I said in that reading, this particular king in this particular deck has scars on his face, and the scars represent all the things, all the trials and the tribulations that he has been through. He wears those scars very proudly. He's a symbol of self-discipline, integrity, clarity, and balance. Okay. You have, let me see if I could move some of these. You do have a message. Here you have the Page of Swords. A lot of swords energy, right? It's that air energy, and the page is Mercury and Gemini energy. So you're going to be receiving a message, and the fact that it's coming in sideways is it's up to you to interpret whether this message is good or not, right? Whether this message is something you want to take advantage of or not. You're going to have to make a decision about this. You have here the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, and there is a fear attached to this, that it's going to be some sort of loss. I do think you should listen to your intuition here, but we're going to go on with the reading and see what the rest of the cards say. But, you know, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it represents Venus in Virgo energy, fear of loss. It could be fear of independence, loss of independence, loss of money, some kind of loss attached. And there's a message that comes in. There is something that you need to be receptive to here. We don't know what this really is yet, but the advice is the Three of Pentacles, and I like that advice here, Gemini. The three, it's Saturn and Capricorn. Energy advice is to work with someone or a few someones, right? Receive and be open to their advice. If there is something that confuses you this month, if there is something that doesn't seem right, there is no shame. In fact, the Spirit is telling you to definitely speak with other people to get clarity on this. Am I crazy, or should I have some fear based on this? There could be an offer that comes in. It could be anything. So we're going to really look at this stuff. But when we add this up and we break it down, we do get Jupiter energy, expansion. But expansion in what regard, right? Expansion because this offer is good, or expansion because you're recognizing something's not right. We don't know. Let's just keep going, okay? Your overarching card here is the Seven of Pentacles. And as you can see, it's a nice big card. It is the card of patience, perseverance, consistent, dedicated effort. And you can tell this person has put in the work, and he's awaiting a harvest. Definitely awaiting something, right? You have the Smoke card. Let me put this down here. You have the Smoke card, and that sort of makes sense. Where there is smoke, there is fire. Where there is smoke, there is not clarity. So there's something that comes in, and it's in a haze of smoke. It's an illusion. Could be a warning. This card asks us to wake up and become alert somehow. It could be asking you to clear the air with someone. It could be, all right? But let's see. Definitely await clarity before making any decisions. You have a shapeshifter in your midst. Now, the shapeshifter can be one of two things. Right, the shapeshifter can be trickster energy around you, someone who isn't what they seem, or it could be you being called to lean on your mutable energy, right? Be called upon to shapeshift, maybe change direction. It could be. Here are your letters. You have X, you have T, you have Y, you have E, you have B. And these could be someone's initials. It could be a location. It could be a restaurant. I always say restaurant. I don't know why. Probably because one or two people pointed that out to me that it turned out to be a restaurant. But literally, it could be the name of a street. When I see an X, it could be any of those things as well. But it's usually, it's many times anyway, it is you Xing something out or you eliminating something. So we'll keep that. And here it is to drive the point home. You have the ice cube. And this came out in Aquarius reading as well. Freezing something out, being cold and indifferent towards something, or perhaps that X, freezing something out of your life. You're going to be coming into some sort of knowledge here with this key. You have the silver key, and that represents knowledge that you're going to come into this month to help you make this decision. You have someone around you here, Gemini. It says, I have an angel watching me, watching over me, and I call him Dad. Now, this could be a father figure that has passed away. It could be a grandfather. It is a male figure on the other side that is watching over you and trying to lend some guidance. You do have Libra here. The sign of Libra could mean something to you, and it is upside down. And when it is a subtle energy, it's something that's not going to be, it could be something that you keep hidden about a Libra. It could be something that you keep close to your heart. This person's sign could be Libra, or it could be you trying to find balance this month. That's not clear because it is upside down. Interesting. Very interesting. As always here, Gemini. Now we go over to this side. We have Pisces. And Pisces is number 12 in this deck. Now, obviously you could be dealing with Pisces. You could have Pisces highly aspected in your chart. It is another mutable sign. But what stands out to me here is that you have Pisces twice in two different decks, and you also have Saturn. And what I definitely think about here is that Saturn will be in Pisces most of May. It's been there since 2023, right? And it forces us to self-reflect, realize needed boundaries, reevaluate partnerships, examine long-term goals. It could be a disruption and a restructuring. This time may be more stressful for any mutable sign, but definitely Virgo, Pisces, or Gemini, for sure. Those three signs, and obviously you encompass that here, Gemini. So with the Saturn energy, that's Aquarius, Capricorn energy, Saturn is known as the taskmaster, discipline and restriction. And Saturn asks us to commit to our responsibilities and gain freedom that goes beyond your perceived limitations. You may have limitations that's only a perception. So we'll keep that under our hatch. You also have Gemini in the third house, communication, transportation, local community. Travel. You could be traveling a short or long distance. This could represent that communication that comes in, for sure, Gemini. Let me move this out of the way. You have now these four cards, these two and these two, are things that are going on behind the scenes, things that you may not know that people have in their heads, hidden things. Now, some of these things in these decks, there are good things and there are not so good things. So it's not a negative deck per se, but you have here greed. There is someone around you that is, greedy in some way, right? It says, laziness, obsession, cruelty, stupidity. But the greed in general stands out to me. And it does say noisy sound. So there may be someone making a lot of noise in order to hide their greed or to hide their intentions, right? It says information overload, noisy sounds, something that's loud. But here you have two cards that came out. One says, small favor. I'm hoping you can help me with something small. It may be presented to you that way, Gemini. But right next to it, you have the goodbye card. The time has come for us to part ways. Now, the thing is, this person could be one of those people who asks you for a favor and really has no intention of sticking around, no intention of really following through, no intention of doing anything except greed-based energy. So it is definitely a warning, okay, for someone around you. Someone around you isn't what they seem. Let's see if I can get this. God, this is the only thing I hate about this particular deck of cards. Okay. You have, look, it is stressful, right? Dragging something along. This isn't something that is to your benefit. This is something that's going to stress you out or cause you extra work, or it's not what it seems to be. It isn't a small favor. There is something attached to it that's pretty big. Look at the size of that boulder, right? You do have this energy. This is very scorpionic. It's actually this way. It's death and it's rebirth, right? Scorpionic energy. Something is being restructured and time is of the essence here. So fascinating as always. Let's get into your tarot. Yeah, let's get into your tarot here, Gemini. Now, here you have 3 legs, and I've been telling everyone these legs can come in different orders, right? I've had people message me, the last leg came out first. Yeah, that could happen. This isn't a science, and it's a general reading, right? So your first leg, so to speak, represents some sort of, and here's your harvest, right? It has something to do with a harvest that you're waiting for. Perhaps someone sees that you're waiting for a harvest and asks you for a favor of some kind. You have here healing inner child. This could have something to do with your family, with your past. Perhaps it triggers something like that for you. You have, starting out here, you have the High Priestess in reverse. And this is more Piscean energy. Pisces is a big deal in this reading. Big deal, okay? A secret comes to light. Something somebody was hiding. A truth comes to light. Or this also may be, at least temporarily, you doubting your own intuition. Somebody presenting you with something and you being confused by it. Because, listen, you have the next card here, which is the Four of Wands in reverse. The Four of Wands in reverse is Venus and Aries energy. It's delays, it's tension. It could be tension at home, right? Or an old wound from childhood being reopened, like we talked about here. You also have these 2 cards that came out together. One is the Seven of Cups, and one is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And interesting, right? The Seven of Cups it is a choice, right? Somebody's presenting you with something here, Venus and Scorpio energy, choices. Could be confusion. Like, what do I do? You know, this looks good, but I don't know, right? Yeah, your spidey sense is tingling here. You have the Six of Pentacles here in reverse. So this is Moon and Taurus. And this is support. Somebody's offering you support, but there are strings attached to the support. Could be breadcrumbing, right? It could be in the end, this person is going to end up breadcrumbing you, stringing you along. So yeah, this is definitely a warning. It is a warning. So take that for what it's worth. You may know who I'm talking about right away. You may not know right now, okay? But you have, when we add this up and we break it down, we get Pluto energy again, right? That scorpionic energy. Something is being exposed, torn down, and rebuilt. There is a truth that is going to be exposed to you. Now, here on your second leg, there is an apology at hand, right? Somebody may be apologizing for something. Somebody may be asking your forgiveness. Somebody may be asking you to apologize for something. I don't know. It seems like a manipulation to me. You do have the Ace of Cups. This could be something that part of you really loves. It could be something very emotional for you. Could be. Definitely an emotional type of situation, right? It is pure water energy. But in the center of your reading, you do have the World reversed. There is something stopping you from completing a cycle. And that's Jupiter energy. It's fixed. Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio. And you're not there yet, but you are nearing the end of a cycle. And perhaps you're nearing a harvest. And perhaps someone sees this, Gemini. You do have the Moon in reverse, and that's actually pretty good because that's the last card of this leg. And the Moon can be very confusing energy, right? Cancer energy. But in reverse, it's illumination. It's overcoming that confusion. So whatever someone's trying to do, I do think that you may go through one leg where you're like, I don't know what to do with this. But I do think that something is going to snap. Something is going to snap you into reality here. Because when we add this up and we break it down, we get Uranus energy. That's Aquarius energy. It is change. It's rebellion. It's progress. It's a shift in perspective. And that's a much needed shift in perspective, Gemini. Here on your last leg, I'm happy to report you do have growth, right? So you're going to be growing from this. Absolutely. There's going to be growth here. And your first card is the Eight of Pentacles. So you're going to be working on something. It is Mercury in Virgo energy, right? It is something that you're working on tirelessly. This could be a goal. This could be a goal. I mean, it looks like a goal to me, and it looks like a harvest to me, and it looks like you're going to be experiencing something positive, or you're expecting something positive. Just be very careful here, Gemini, about who you trust, okay? Definitely be careful, because this leg looks great. You have you working on something. You snap back into reality. You're working on something. You're stepping into this Emperor energy, this Aries energy, regaining power, regaining your power position back, right? Regaining that order, that discipline, that direction, that organization. That's really, really solid energy. And then you have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is Moon in Sagittarius energy. But, you know, more than that is perseverance, right? Standing your ground. You've been through a lot. It's the wounded warrior energy, but you're still standing. It's that I'm still standing card. And what's great is when we break this down and we break it down to one number, we get that Jupiter energy, that number 3, that expansive energy that we talked about more than once, over and over again, actually. So whatever's happening is happening for good reason. Your job this month seems to be uncovering someone's true motives, okay? For sure. So keep that under your hat all month. Not that I'm saying to be paranoid. Just be careful. Just have very careful energy. Don't snap. If someone's trying to rush you into a decision, don't do that. Definitely don't do that. You have, now this is your challenge column. And in your challenge column, you have stalemate, right? There may be some avoidance going on. There may be a temptation to avoid seeing something. It is in your challenge group here. Let me see if I'll just take all of them here. And this has something to do with a partnership. Now, could this be a relationship? Obviously, it could be, right? This is Venus in Cancer energy. But there is a partnership that you need to think about. It could be a relationship. It could be a partnership at work. It could be a friendship. It could be a coworker. But there is something you need. This is a challenge position, okay? And you have the High Priestess, again, more Piscean energy. Oh man, even if this person isn't a Pisces, they could have a Pisces stellium, a Pisces Mars, like something serious in their chart that indicates Pisces. But here you go, you have the High Priestess in the upright, and in a challenge position, your inner truth can be a challenge for at least part of this month. That's why I'm asking you to wait for the smoke to clear before you make any decisions. And here we go. You have the same card here. Look at that. Different deck. I'm glad I do all the shuffling and the laying out on camera. You have the Seven of Pentacles again. And this is you waiting for your harvest. There is a challenge here because somebody may be very interested in your harvest. I mean, it means something. It has meaning here for sure. And what that meaning is, it's going to be different for all of you. But there is something you're waiting for. There is something you work towards. There is someone interested in asking you for a favor. And I really think you really need to triple check yourself before you answer. When we add this column up and we break it down, we get the number 11. And that is a cardinal number, and it is a bridging energy. There is a bridge forming from one part of your life to another. You have to be very careful and selective about who crosses that bridge with you. Now, in your opportunities column, you have doubts. Now, you know what? This is your opportunities. You're going to have the opportunity to have enough doubt to stop you dead in your tracks. I like that energy. It is working for you. So when you start experiencing these doubts, look at it as a gift, because you have the Queen of Wands right here helping you through this, like this Mars and Sagittarius energy, courage, regained enthusiasm, passion, drive. You're getting your confidence back. You will get your confidence back, and your confidence in making decisions in a very clear way. You have the 10 of Wands in reverse. You're going to have the opportunity to relieve this stress is going to be gone. But you have to have the patience to see this through. Don't make any rash decisions. You have the Page of Pentacles here in reverse. Saturn and Capricorn energy, a release of an offer. A release of an offer. There is someone coming to you with this Page energy, And it has something to do with your goals and your money. It just does. And the fascinating thing is when we add this up and we break it down, we get Pluto energy again, that rebuilding, that rebirth, that destructuring and restructuring energy is going on here. And this may be going on in a partnership, in a friendship, in a work relationship. Could be even your boss making you an offer you really need to think about. But there is something you need to think about. And when you're experiencing doubts this month, you take it as a gift. You're like, okay, I'm not feeling it. I'm feeling a little confusion. So I have to step back and really give this more thought. I'm not going to answer right now. Very good and sound advice. Where is my, here it is. I'm going to pull up a card from this deck and then we'll do your numerology. Overarching number for the month for Gemini. You have 444, Gemini. I am protected, right? You do have someone here on the other side. Yeah, you do. And it says, trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. Life is going to unfold. But yes, you are protected. You just need to heed whatever protective energy is trying to communicate to you this month, Gemini. Now, when we look at your numbers, when we add up all the numbers in this reading and we break them back down, we get Piscean energy, right? We get that Neptune energy. Again, Pisces is a big deal in this reading. And so is Neptune. And maybe that, if for at least one of you, is that Pisces energy. Pisces is Neptune, right? Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune can be a confusing time. So for part of this month, you may be experiencing that. The number that we talked about the most here was Jupiter, for sure. And it's followed closely by the number Jupiter, meaning that expansive energy, followed very closely by Uranus, that change, right? You rebelling against something, or perhaps leveling up, creating change. Perhaps it's unexpected change for the people around you, for sure. When we look at the signs, we talked about Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, Aries, Aquarius, Pisces, Gemini, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Virgo, Taurus, and Libra. But the one sign that came out the most was Sagittarius, and that is Jupiter energy. This is an important month for you. It's going to be a building block for other months. It is. So definitely take your time making any decisions this month. The planet that we spoke about the most, there was two. Believe it or not, the first was Venus. So this is your goals. Could be love, but there's just so many pentacles here. I really think this is something to do with money and goals. Okay. And it's followed closely by that Jupiter energy, right? That's right behind it. It came in second place, that expansive energy. So definitely you may see 444 at some point this month, and that'll give you a sort of indication that this is definitely your reading. But definitely look out for someone who may be asking you for a favor this month, and reevaluate them and what their intentions are. I wish you all the luck, and I will see you next time.